We'll jump on with me. All right, guys, as you can see, this show is sponsored by Amity Boutique. Check them out on Facebook or Instagram, Amity Boutique NM. Check it out. Go get some products for your lady, or if you want to bail yourself out, you're in a little bit of a scum because you messed up. That's the one. Amity Boutique. Spoil your girl. Get her gift. Do what you do, baby. Let's go. Let's get this show started. Good morning. Let's get the coffee and set and go, baby. Real quick, man, we had that espresso round yesterday. Boy, that messed up my stomach super bad throughout the Cowboy game, man. I had the bubble guts that kind of hurt. And then after the Cowboy game, and then I hit the crash after the game because the adrenaline was like, and then the Cowboys coming back and then out of, disappointment yet again. But I'm going to get to that in just a second. But to start the show, man, I just want to say good morning. Everybody get up, kill it today, make a difference. Even if it's not in somebody else's life, make a difference in your own. Do something good. I woke up this morning, got my run in, got my kids situated, and now I'm situated, and I got to go to work here pretty soon, but it's all good. I just want to get this rant out because last night I just wasn't satisfied with what happened last night or during the afternoon. I'm pissed, as every other Cowboy fan is pissed as well. So let's go ahead and get started with that. What the happened in Dallas? I'll tell you what happened in Dallas. And we're not even going to call them a defense at this point anymore. We're going to call it the other side of the ball because that's how disappointing that is. What a disgrace that the other side of the ball is right now. But before I get onto that defense, let's talk about how bad we also look by turning the ball over so many times. I think we have 10 turnovers in the last 10 minutes. I think that's what I saw, somewhere along those lines. I mean, we just can't have that. I understand that our offensive line we got all these players that are down. We got injuries, but no goddamn excuses. That's enough excuses from us in Dallas or from us Cowboy fans. That's enough goddamn excuses. The fact is we have got to play better. We have to keep the goddamn ball. For one, we're already putting our goddamn defense in a bad position just to get started. First of all, that's how it is. And secondly, that defense, the other side of the ball is so shitty. I don't understand why Jerry Jones has not made a call to Earl Thomas. And like I've said before, I understand that the safety position isn't going to completely change that defense, but it'll change the goddamn locker room. And it seems like our locker room just doesn't have any life right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that locker room has no goddamn life. You see, the other side of the ball looks terrible. There's no hope. There's no passion. There's no movement. We're getting pushed back. You're telling me the goddamn Cleveland Browns put 300 plus yards on y'all rushing? That's just getting manhandled, son. That's what we saw in the NBA Finals in Game 2. Just getting out-muscled, beat down, varsity versus JV scrimmage. That's exactly what we saw. It was discouraging. It pisses you off because you see no heart there. But that's what Earl Thomas does. And I have a buddy of mine that said he's a cancer because he's a cancer in the locker room. That's okay. Dallas's defense, or the other side of the ball, has cancer right now. How do you treat cancer? Chemotherapy. That's what Earl Thomas is going to be to us right now. He's our chemo. It might work and it might not. I think that's how cancer works. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I think that's how it works. It can't get any worse. Well, I mean, what's going to happen? He's going to cuss out somebody that needs to be cussed out right now? Come on now. Get it together. 300 yards rushing? But hat tipped off to the Browns because they played the perfect game. And Stefanski, shout out to you, boy. You know what you did? You did exactly what you did last year when Minnesota came to Jerry's world and put it on us. Dalvin Cook had himself a field day. Also watched film from his rival, the Packers. Aaron Jones came into town. Field day, son. Field day. What a joke. And I'm sitting here waiting for a notification of Earl, just even to have a conversation with Earl Thomas's agent. Jerry Jones, get your head out of your ass and fix the goddamn defense. You do all this goddamn talking. You do all this jibber jabber throwing blows at Dak Prescott in your little interviews on 105.3 The Fan. Come on, guy. Let's not act like we don't know what the problem is. Do we need to let go of Nolan? Not yet. Not until you bring in that piece. If that piece don't work, okay, let's look at another defensive coordinator. I saw Dallas bringing in pressure. We saw a little bit of a difference as far as bringing in blitzes. We're just not there. There's no motivation on that defensive side of the ball or the other side of the ball. It's a disgrace right now. This Dallas Cowboys other side of the ball is a disgrace right now. What a disappointment. And next week we have the Washington football team. And I'm not comfortable going into this weekend. I don't feel good. I'm nervous. I don't even know who their running back is, but he might have 250. He might have 250. Right now, if you're a fantasy owner, pick up every receiver, every running back, because Dallas is a charity. That defense is a charity right now. They're just giving out yards. They're like Oprah. You want some? You want some? You get some. You get some. You want a yard? You get a yard. That game started off bad, though. I mean, trick play, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry. Beautiful. Beautiful. Goddamn, Dallas. Got your boys' blood boiling, all pissed off over here. Woke up unhappy. But I had to do my rant today. I had to do it. Because I bring that energy, man. I bring the same energy when we lose or win. Same energy. Something's got to happen. It's got to start offensively, too. I don't want to just put it all on the defense. It's got to start offensively. We can't turn the ball over. What the hell is going on? How the hell do we start 2 drives, go good, and then we just completely fade away? It does not make sense. And then we want to make a comeback. You want to give us hope just to give us that in the heart? Damn, guys. Damn. All right. Let me move on, man. God damn. Once again, man, this show is presented by Amity Boutique. Check them out. Yo, my winners for Sunday. First of all, let's keep that. Let me keep that same energy with Dallas. My main winner for the weekend is the Cleveland Browns and Stefanski. What a hell great play calling. He did get a little soft there towards the end, which allowed Dallas to get back in it, which is what you want. I mean, that's what we've seen a lot of this year so far is teams breaking out to big leads and then blowing those big leads. I mean, you saw it with the Tampa Bay game and Chargers. Herbert's looking pretty great. But you saw the Lions and the Saints. Again, Dallas yet again. You got to be able to run the ball, and I think you just can't. You got to keep putting that pressure on that defense, especially when you're just completely eating them up. And I think that's what the Browns kind of got away from that allowed Dallas to get back in it. But shout out to Stefanski. Like I said, he pulled it out of the playbook that he used last year with Dalvin Cook, and he did the same thing. Didn't allow Baker Mayfield to lose the game, even whenever it started getting a little tight. What a play call with the reverse to Odell Beckham. I mean, Dallas. That just shows the kind of season Dallas is having already. Aldon Smith was this close. Damn, this close, son, to making that tackle. If he makes that tackle, it changes the dynamic of the rest of that game, 100%. But no excuses. What a hell of a game. It is Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham does love to put up some yards on Dallas, and that's exactly what we saw. So shout out to the Browns doing what they're supposed to do. Run the ball. Do not allow Baker Mayfield to lose you the game, and that's how you win. And that's not a knock on Baker, but we've established that he needs to accept his role, and that's a time manager. He's a time manager. They got all the weapons in the world on that team. They got tight end, they got wide receivers, they got 2 running backs. They're solid. The offensive line, they worked on it this offseason. They got better. The defense is getting healthy. It's starting to come up. I mean, we saw it. Myles Garrett looked great. He may even be one defensive player of the years right now, or at least a candidate. I mean, Aaron Donald's obviously, top runner. But shout out to Stefanski. He's my main winner for the day. Also, I got to give it to the Bills. The Bills continue to do what they're doing. They're 4-0. Hey, Browns 3-1. Oh shit, that hasn't happened in I don't know how many years. That's insane. Go you, dog pound. Do your thing, baby. But we got the Bills, man. Josh Allen up there with the MVP candidate. Of course, Russell Wilson still continuing to do his thing, but the Bills are doing it on all sides of the ball. The addition of Josh Norman, that gives them two pieces, that 1-2 piece on the backside with White. They got two DBs that always attack the ball. They don't just make tackles. They're always attacking the ball. You saw that with Josh Norman, icing that game with the fumble, a strip and fumble recovery. And they got it all right now. They got the Singletary looked good. He didn't have the breakout game that I thought he was going to have. He only had roughly 84 yards. But he looked great. He had a touchdown. He looked good. Stephon Diggs has completely changed the dynamic of that team as well, allowing them to go deep. Josh Allen has the arm, and he's utilizing it. It's amazing. Bills Mafia, what's up? Stand up, son. Let's go. Lastly, but also another winner. He also got his first win. This man has attempted 177 passes and only has 2 interceptions as a rookie. All the odd makers were against him. He did great in college. 1 year, blah blah. He transferred, blah blah. But he's killing it right now, man. He's doing his thing. Joe Burrow is legit. He's gonna be legit, and he's probably gonna fix that organization. I don't know if they win a Super Bowl ever in Cincinnati, but he gives them life. He gives them life. This Joe is not sleepy. He's awake, son. He's ready to go. All right, man. And lastly, I hate to give kudos to this team, but the Philadelphia Eagles. And I don't really have much to rant on them about. It's just the fact that they did not lose the game themselves. That's one thing that Philly has been doing consistently. They just continue to lose the game themselves. They had 1 turnover. Carson Wentz had 1 interception. Of course, the offensive line is still questionable. The San Francisco team is obviously they got injuries after injuries after injuries. But offensively, outside of Jimmy Garoppolo being gone, they got. For the most part, Debo's back. Ayuk looked great. McKinnon's good. Breida's out, obviously. But, shout out to Philly. They didn't lose that game. They kept themselves in the game, and they put the pressure on San Francisco, and San Francisco just lost it. San Francisco could have easily won that game. They don't have the quarterback to finish the game. They just didn't have the quarterback to finish that game. And these are the type of games that I love to see Jimmy Garoppolo in, because I know I criticize Jimmy a lot, but these are the types of games that we want to see Jimmy in. We know what Jimmy can do when that team is running the ball, but whenever there's stuff in the run, or there's a game-winning drive, I'd like to see what Jimmy does in those situations, because we haven't seen enough of them. And if we have, last year you guys can go back to when he had to shoot out with the Saints, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about high-pressure situation when you're down and you got to get a score. That's what I want to see Jimmy in. That's exactly what I want to see Jimmy in. But those are my winners for the day, man. That one hurt just to say. But our losers, of course, the Dallas Cowboys, yet again, losers. Rewind this. Your boy's exhausted from yelling at. Excuse me. I've been pissed all day, all morning. Your boy went to sleep pissed. How do you do that? The only reason I wasn't pissed was because my wife was next to me. God appreciate her. Got love for her, baby. But hey, other losers. The Cardinals. Cardinals dropped to 2-2 after starting the season 2-0, looking great. Kyler Murray was looking amazing. The offensive line seems to be struggling. Kyler Murray is kind of running around everywhere. Really, that's what they need to fix right now. They need to get back to pounding that ball. When they had David Johnson, and you got Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake was playing good last year, if I remember correctly. But you got to go back to pounding that ball down, man. It goes back to that. If not, I hope y'all suck, because we got y'all coming up here in 2 weeks. But you got to put a question mark on them. You got to put a question mark. D-Hop's got to get the ball more. You got to get him more involved. But it starts at the offensive line. You got to protect Kyler Murray. He's short. He's fast, but he's not. These defensive linemen are running 4.3s, 4.4s. Like, come on, man. They're just as fast. It's not college football no more. So, Cardinals, got to get it together. Lastly, the Houston Texans. Brendan said, sign Dez Bryant at right tackle. God damn it. Yo, the Houston Texans, Bill O'Brien's got to go, man. Talk about the worst GM head coach of all time. I mean, it starts off with the worst trade ever, and then it just continues to go. 0-4. They look like crap. I don't even want to like poor Deshaun Watson. I feel bad for the guy. I don't even want to criticize him because he's obviously talented. He's a really good quarterback. He's just in a shitty organization. He's just with the shitty play caller. Their offensive line still looks like ass, even though they brought in all these wide receivers that are speedy, that are supposed to open up the field. It just looks like a shit show. That's this is what's crazy to me. And also, Dalvin Cook just completely went off on him. So I would say Dalvin Cook's also a winner for the weekend. But I think Dallas, when Texas opened up because of COVID, I think Dallas and Houston was just like, oh, shit, we got to open up too. That defense got to open up too. The city opened up. So that's what's going on there. Texas is just opening up. I just don't think that the defense on both teams got the concept of what they meant by opening up. They didn't mean open up your goddamn holes, son. Come on. Come on. Yo, let's talk about those bets. I had two bets. I had one bet. I had the Seahawks covering. The Seahawks did cover. Right before I get into this real quick, before I get to the NBA, real quick bet recap. I had the Seahawks covering at -6. They did cover tonight. I got the Packers and the Falcons covering the over. I believe it was at 54.5. I still think that's a solid bet. So if you can snag it. But yeah, that's what I had for the weekend. My personal bet didn't go so great, but I didn't show you guys that because I didn't want y'all to lose money. Of course, I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Today's Monday Night Football game. You got the Chiefs versus the Patriots. I haven't seen the line yet. Bovada hasn't dropped the line for this game. But I think the Chiefs just continue to do what they're doing. I mean, Cam Newton was the only reason we're going to pay attention to this game. It's the only reason there was going to be a Sunday Night Football game. I mean, not Sunday night game. It was going to be the game of the week. Was because of Cam Newton, solely on Cam Newton. Cam Newton has completely changed the organization. He brings so much energy to that team. You even got Bill Belichick on Subway commercials. Like, it's crazy, right? When the hell do you see Bill Belichick on Subway commercials? That's insane. So I think that's all the benefits of bringing Cam Newton. That's a part of the package. He brings life. He brings hope, and that's what he's doing. And if I'm a Bills fan, I'm looking. I'm keeping my eyes out. I know I said that I don't think they can win with that type of offense, just continuing to run with Cam Newton, because eventually it's going to take a toll on his body. But the one thing that I forgot is Cam Newton is not the dumbest guy in the world, and he's kind of taking a piece out of Russell Wilson's book and learning how to slide. I don't know if this guy's been watching the baseball playoffs, the wild card, but he learned a little something. So as long as Cam Newton continues to protect himself, this team's going to be trouble. It's going to be trouble. So that Bills Mafia needs to be careful, needs to be real careful, because they've been having some close games. So, and Cam Newton's that difference maker. But for tonight, the Chiefs are going to roll through them. It's going to be simple. The only way the Chiefs lose this game is if they get lazy and they play to the level of their opponent. And we've seen that from the Chiefs. It's not unusual for them to do that. They do seem to get lazy, but I don't think we see it today. Not on Monday night. Not when they're on television in front of the world. Check that out. Also, the next one, the Green Bay Packers against the Atlanta Falcons. Expect Atlanta to go up 28-3 and completely blow that lead. No, this isn't going to happen today. They're not going to take a big lead. The Green Bay Packers are going to smack that ass, put them to bed right before 8 o'clock, because that's their bedtime. They need to go to sleep, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And these guys are going to have Manny Pacquiao sleep. I'm talking NyQuil, son. They are going to sleep. This is going to be a spanking. Obviously, spanking in the NFL is probably like plus 14, so I was a little dramatic there, but they are going to put them to bed. Now, let's move on here to the last segment. Let's go to NBA Finals recap. What we saw yesterday. You know what I saw yesterday? What I took out of yesterday, first of all, is Jimmy Butler is that dog. I've said that multiple times. Jimmy Butler is a dog, son. That's what he does. He's a killer. Did you not expect Jimmy Butler to at least go off one game this week or during this series? Come on now. If you didn't, you're an idiot. Even if they would have gotten swept, Jimmy Butler would have had one game where he would have just went bonkers. We've seen it in every series. This isn't what Jimmy does, though. He doesn't average a triple-double. He doesn't put up 40 points every game. This is that one game. And if you saw his interview after, he said, I hope I don't score any, but my team goes off and we win. That's just the kind of character that this guy has. He does not give a damn if he wins NBA Finals MVP. All he wants to do is win, and you got to respect it. It's hard not to root for Miami when you got guys like that on the other end. It's cool. All they do is hoop. Like they literally play basketball like you want to see basketball played. I rarely see them cry. I mean, I do see them cry about fouls, don't get me wrong, but it's a team that very rarely does it, and I love to see it. It's going to be interesting without Abayu coming back. I don't think Dragic is going to come back. I know that ankle injury is pretty serious, so I don't expect him to come back, but here's the thing. I'm not worried. Like, as a Laker fan, were you worried? Like, I mean, after that, you were just like, damn, that was tough. But I will say this. What I realized last night is LeBron James is going to be the Finals MVP. I don't give a damn what AD does in the next game or the next game to close it out. Or if they win it in 6 or 7. It does not matter. I don't give a damn what AD does, because the one thing about LeBron James is that this man is consistent. I mean, you're telling me Anthony Davis had 15. This guy was on the floor for 33 minutes. I get it. He got in foul trouble early. But this guy was on the court for 33 minutes, and he had 15 points. You're the most dominant player on this goddamn. First of all, you're the biggest player on this goddamn court. You should be playing. This is literally, like everybody's been saying, this is playing JV, and that's not a knock on the Heat. Nobody's saying that they have JV level players. We're talking about size when we talk about that. Complete size. Anthony Davis is a goddamn monster. 15 points? You only had 9 field goals? Come on, guy. LeBron James, consistency. 25 points. Another game where he just completely carrying this team. 10 rebounds, 8 assists. I asked a question last week. If LeBron doesn't win MVP, is it going to affect his stats or his status as greatest of all time, or when you compare him to Michael Jordan? Last night answered it for me. I know they lost. They're not going to lose the series, though. But the reality of it is LeBron James is the most consistent player. I mean, unless LeBron has like 9 points tomorrow. That's the only way that I would question that. But LeBron James is winning MVP. And last night answered that, because this man is consistent. He comes to play ball. He tries to muscle everyone. I wish he would actually muscle them down more, because nobody can guard him. Outside of really Jimmy Butler or Abayu, I don't know anybody that has the size to really put pressure on him. Maybe Crowder, but come on now. Crowder's like a Marcus Smart. He's just looking to flop. Let's be real there. That's what I learned from yesterday. LeBron James going to win MVP. And it's that simple. Do we want to see Heat win one more time? Probably. They probably should, just to make the finals interesting. Give us a purpose to watch it, so we're not just watching an ass whooping. We don't want to watch a goddamn scrimmage. We want to see some good games. So Miami, go ahead. Go off a little bit. Put a little scare on us, Laker fans. Just a little scare. Get our butt cheeks tied a little bit. That's fine. But LeBron, the king, will win MVP, Finals MVP, the MVP that matters. And that's that. And this is Speaking Out Loud, baby. Shout out to Amity Boutique. Check him out on Facebook. Go get your girl something. Go get your girl something nice. Don't forget, coffee set go, baby. Enjoy your day. And like I said, man, kill it. It's because somebody else is doing it. So we might as well kill it. Be healthy. Be better. Do you, man. Much love. Appreciate you guys.